And here he is, Michael Savage.
Well, let me tell you what's going on in the Savage Nation today. At about 30 after the hour, we're going to have a former DEA undercover agent, the bravest, toughest man I ever met, on the show to talk about the drug war and if it's still actually going on, and a little bit about the Sean Penn case. That's Mike Levine. And right now, I got to tell you what happened 10 minutes ago, because it's a big story. I learned 10 minutes ago that I won in the U.S. Supreme Court. You see, a former radio individual who had been vying against me for years, tying me up with all sorts of legal tricks, lost at every level and took it to the Supreme Court. And, of course, the Supreme Court refused to hear it. Well, I don't know that this is related in any way. I doubt that it is, but he lost in the Supreme Court against yours truly yesterday. Of course, still hasn't paid me one nickel of the money that was assigned to me. After 5 years of a legal battle and $1 million in fees, I haven't collected one nickel. And then someone sent me this story. Grants Pass man jailed for allegedly assaulting his wife in front of their 2 children. KAGL Radio, Sam Marsh. A Grants Pass man was arrested for domestic assault. I should say allegedly assaulting his wife, because at this point it's only allegedly. A Grants Pass man was arrested for allegedly assault his wife. And following a report, according to the Oregon State Police, troopers responded to a silent alarm and a 911 hang-up from a residence at the 700 block, blah, blah, blah. Troopers said they immediately determined there had been a domestic disturbance, and they placed 51-year-old Mark Masters into custody for assaulting his wife in front of their 2 children. Masters was charged with felony domestic assault, menacing, and harassment. Mark Masters was lodged in the Josephine County Jail. Now, of course, he has not been found guilty in a court of law. As you know, we live in a very fair nation. And as you well know, lawyers are the most honorable amongst us, and they always do the right thing. And as you well know, justice is very inexpensive in America. After all, take my case. Tied up for over 5 years, haven't collected a nickel, cost me $1 million, but hey, at the end, justice prevailed. You know, it leads me to ask what would happen with an individual listening to this show who has gone to court or avoided court for fear of the costs because he's been intimidated by a bully in his life. That's the real question today. I want you to call with lawyer or court horror stories, because I doubt there's a single individual in this audience, poor or rich alike, who does not have such a story to tell. Have you ever lost a court case, even though you were, let us say, right? I'm sure you have. Have you ever been bullied into not even fighting a court case because the individual who dragged you into court had more money than you? I'm sure that you have. And that's what I mean. You see, there is justice in America, but it's very, very expensive. Now, along the line of my case, and I've got to go into it, you can call me on your court or lawyer horror stories at 855-400-7282 if it's about you. And then I want to talk about me for a moment.